Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Corrinala, and I'm coming to you from the Pacific Northwest, where I live with my partner, our two kitties, and the two horses that I'm walking out to feed right now. It is Friday, August 16th, 2024. At about 6:15 a.m. Ordinarily, I have Fridays off because I work 4/10s. However, I had a dentist appointment yesterday afternoon, and I have a pretty complex project at work with a short turnaround time that I am trying to complete. I admit I was fretting about it last night while I should have been sleeping. So I'm a little tired today. My camera stops periodically for no apparent reason, so forgive the footage. Probably not going to have a lot of knitting content today. I don't have any finished objects. I've made progress on the projects I'm working on, but I'm hoping to have maybe 2 finished objects next Friday, so I am not planning on showing any knitting content. And since I'm busy today, I'm working this morning, and my trainer's coming out to help me with Bragi around 12:30 or so. I think what I'm going to do is put instead of a regular episode, GoPro kind of has this interesting feature. Yeah, I'm sure it uses AI, which if you are into animal husbandry, AI means artificial insemination. That is not what this means. It means artificial intelligence. I don't use it very much myself intentionally. I'm aware that it's in my life, but it put together kind of a hodgepodge of my or a mishmash, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, of my videos, and put some music to it. So I'm gonna share that with you, and I'd be interested to see what you think about it. So you'll see over there, Odin's stall has some fencing. Through some shenanigans, they broke a 4x4 post, which is really not sturdy enough for a horse barn. So I'm kind of thinking about removing most of this front wall, and kind of turn the 2 end stalls, so Odin's stall and Bragi's stalls, the boys are in there, into more of a kind of an open concept. I think they would like that better. Whenever it's stormy, they tend to stand under the trees, which don't offer a lot of shelter, but that's their preference. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I never use the doors, and the 4x4 posts really aren't enough. They need at least 6x6, or even greater is preferred. But this barn has been used for multiple purposes over the years besides horses. When we moved in, it had been used for poultry and pigs, I think. So I'm going to get feeding, and I will talk to you soon. Hi, everyone. Well, I said I wasn't going to have any knitting content, but I changed my mind. So I hope you don't mind. What I'm wearing, you've seen this before, probably recently. I think it's called the Carden, and it's a pattern by Barocco. It came in one of their, I would say pattern kit, but that's not collection. That's the word I'm looking for. One of their pattern collections a while ago. And I have knit several of the items out of there, and this is one of them. You'll notice I don't have any sleeves on today, and it has been warmer. We've had like a week or so of kind of fall-ish weather, and it kind of came on all of a sudden. which I don't mind. I like fall, and I like the cooler temperatures. It's getting up into the 70s. So as I was saying before my camera stopped, I don't know why it does that. It has plenty of battery. I was talking about the weather, and it has been cooler, which is awesome. And it came on kind of suddenly. So we went from like in the mid to high 80s to kind of the mid 70s, which is absolutely fine with me. That is my preferred temperature. I'm starting to think about fall garden. I'm starting to think about fall knits. I follow, as far as gardening goes, I follow Callie Kim, Home Gardening, Grow Your Own Groceries. I think I have her channel linked in my show notes. So if you are interested in fall gardens, she has some great, she's in Southern California, but she has some great tips for all of us who are, you know, any growing area. You just have to pay attention to temperatures is the main thing. Of course, in the north, we get a lot more light, and that changes the growing season. This section is of the episode is going to be relatively short. I wanted to show you a project I've been working on for quite a long time. So Jimmy Bean's Wool, some time ago, had these little project bags with a little surprise project in it, and you could knit or crochet, and it came with the yarn, a pattern, and some other goodies. So this particular one is kind of like a little washcloth mitt. I've knit one already out of this yarn, kind of a cottony yarn, and I am knitting the second one. So the first half is done, and let me see here. So this is, so it's actually upside down, but this is where you start, and then you knit all this and you start decreasing, and then you sew it together so it's a little pocket. So you stick your soap in here or your hand in here, and you can use it as a washcloth or a little soap caddy, like when your soap gets really small. So I'm on the second part of it, the second half of it, and then with the leftovers. So this is the leftovers from the first part, and these are what this is going to be. I think I'm going to make just a striped washcloth. So typically what you get, and they don't offer these anymore, but some of this is, you get about 20 yards of yarn. So this is basically DK weight yarn. No, that's not true. So one of them was, the lavender is a Blue Sky Alpaca's worsted cotton. One of them was Sublime Egyptian Cotton DK. I don't know which color that was because it has been so long. So I was getting these monthly, and they were like $10 a month, so kind of cool. And I just didn't keep up with the projects and just kind of didn't notice that I was accumulating these. And so I just accumulated one. And once in a while I go back and see what I have, and I make something, and oftentimes they're gifts. So I have the green and yellow one that I use for a little soap caddy. I don't actually use them as washcloths, but maybe I will. So that is a work in progress in addition to my other works in progress that I have talked about recently. I have made progress on them. I just, I don't have any finished objects, and I think, somewhat fingers crossed, I am going to have 2 finished objects for you next time. That is my hope. So, so I'm not really going to talk about those other projects right now. But I will talk about horse training because Bragi and I had a session today, trailer loading, and he's doing really well. He's getting in the trailer, he's staying in the trailer. He still doesn't like it, And I don't really know that horses like it. I think they just tolerate it as long as they feel safe enough. So what I'm trying to teach him to do is be comfortable and safe enough and recognize when he gets emotional about it. It's like, yes, I know it's hard, but sometimes we have to do hard things anyway. And I'm here to help you. That is part of the deal. I have to be there for him. So, and be kind and gentle when he's having some emotions about it. So he did really great today during the week. Last week, our lesson got skipped. My trainer had too much going on, and frankly, it was a good thing. I was really busy with work this week, so I had to keep the sessions very short, and I think that was very beneficial. I mean, like, we walk up from the barn, we get right to work, we get in the trailer, we stand at the front and have him target the cone. He targets the cone, he lets me rub on him a little bit, and then we get back out, close the door, and he gets to graze. And I think that has been fine, and I think that strategy has worked really well because we made a lot of progress today. We continue that, get in the trailer, and now we're working on, can you move your hindquarters over, and starting to move the divider. So I have a 3-horse trailer. I have it split into just 2-horse trailer because both my horses are large. And so, now I'm standing up next to him, giving him some comfort, asking him to continue to face forward. And then with this hand, I am starting just to move the divider a little bit. And I'm really paying attention to his emotions. Like, as the divider closes, how does he feel about that? And as soon as he gets tense, I open the divider. It's like, okay, yeah, I see that. And we just did that a couple times, and he was super good. So that's my homework assignment for next week, is just, we're going to keep it really short. We're going to repeat the same exercises that we have been doing. Get in the trailer, touch your cone, move your hindquarters over, and try to shut the divider. And we're just going to, pause and take a breath in between those tasks, so that, it's just not like 1, 2, 3, we're done, out. So we're just going to, just continue the slow, just very intentional process. So that is the catch up. Odin, I haven't been doing any riding. Odin and I have just been doing some jogging around the round pen and jumping over poles on the ground. It's really good for his core. I like jogging with him. It feels like I'm getting some exercise too, even though if you've ridden horses, you know that it can be very strenuous on your muscles and you need a lot of core strength and balance to do that. But just the jogging around the round pen with Odin and going over those little obstacles of trap holes has been really fun. So he seems to enjoy it. He likes going in the round pen. He goes right in. Every time I head towards the round pen, he's like, oh, we're going to do something. So, and again, I keep those fairly short and keep it fun for him. And so, it's doesn't have to be a slog. It doesn't have to be a drill. So that is something that I've really changed over my years of working with my horses. Just catch up from the week. Work has been really overwhelming. Earlier in the week, it was fine. I felt like I was handling everything. And then it just intensified. And yesterday I had a moment around noon. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm not even sure I'm competent enough for this job. And that's when I think, okay, I'm very glad I can retire in 3 years if I want to. Hopefully I don't need to, but I can. Even with those thoughts, I didn't sleep very well last night. I kept kind of churning things over in my head. I talked to my supervisor this morning. It was both of our days off today. And but I was really grateful that she took the time on her day off to talk to me this morning. And I was working a little bit because I had a dentist appointment yesterday, so didn't get quite as much done as I wanted to. So I was really happy to talk. So we have kind of a way of moving forward, and super happy about that. So that is the catch up for the week. Next week, I kind of anticipate similar, kind of a similar week. So hopefully, I have an eye doctor appointment, so I probably will be working somewhat next Friday too. So, but hopefully I'll have a couple finished objects for you and talk more about gardening. Have finally started harvesting zucchini, and they're still small, so I feel a little guilty about taking them. Have harvested a few raspberries, strawberries, lots of blueberries. The kale and the greens are still going fine. I need to continue to plant those, so that's one thing I am going to do this weekend is plant some spinach and more chard, because what I understand is that those particular seeds like to germinate when the daytime temperatures are cooler and the nighttime temperatures are still in the 50s. So that's where we're at right now. So the next segment of these is the hodgepodge I referred to earlier, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.